What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have liked and sub, and let's get into this. Well, with the ongoing and painful, quiet death of Concord, one wonders why Bungie is still going forward with their marathon game. I guess because they're in too deep. Not hearing the greatest of things about it, and now we're actually hearing more details about it. Now, this all comes from a 4chan rumor, so take it with grains of salt, but it's pretty detailed and it sort of lines up with some stuff. And so here we go. Let's get into this. I know you can't read this, but I can, so bear with me. Here we go. Marathon is not canceled, but it is being downscaled. Shakeups were occurring long before Concord's financial failure. This is not an answer to that. Repeated focus testing with Destiny, Tarkov, and Hunt Showdown players has been continually negative in its feedback. Leadership and creative design decision makers have been a revolving door. With every new change comes a new vision or to fix the project. And with that, we can go to this one where it says that Christopher Barrett was removed as game director back in March and was replaced with former Valorant game director Joe Ziegler. And you can see here his announcement that, hi, everyone, blah, 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 been working as game director. So they did indeed switch game directors, even though Barrett, according to Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, Barrett was removed for inappropriate behavior. Barrett was terminated following an internal investigation in which at least 8 female employees raised complaints earlier this year that he had behaved inappropriately towards them, according to 8 people, including multiple women who reported Barrett, as well as other Bungie employees who were either involved in the investigation or spoke to the women involved. Specifically, the report claims he called female employees attractive, played truth or dare, and suggested he could help individuals advance their career within the company. Actually, okay, so that's just that part. Let's get into this. As the game currently stands, it will ship, but it will not be the product on the same scale as originally promised, comparable to the survival minigame mode of the Division. And that is very reduced. Map is now a single fixed map with a Fortnite style storm bubble. Characters are being pulled back from straight hero shooter character to archetypes, where you may pick a body type, voice type, and a couple of height and build adjustments. But for gameplay purposes, you are the archetype, which is more comparable to Destiny's Titan Warlock Hunter system, where everyone who wants to is a hunter, but you were never playing Cade 6, for example. One of the more feature complete archetypes is the Volt Runner, high mobility. He's just going to talk about the archetypes there. Different tactics, that's fine. Is down here. It's probably, though, not set in stone, going to launch at around $40 like Concord and Helldivers, but will have substantially more expensive early adopter editions in line with Destiny. There is a launch window event planned where buying and playing the game unlocks cosmetic content in Destiny. The plan is to release a smaller, easier to manage game on initial release, and depending on what, if anything, works, those elements will be reinforced and supported in future updates. In the case of agile adaptive design, the art style has significantly changed and is much closer to Destiny, with more emphasis on things like dust particles in the air, darker shadows, and greater depth of field that were reduced for Destiny 2. Positive amongst the doom and gloom is the reason the leaderships plan to adapt on the fly is because they can't, which is good, because unlike some of these games that have older aging engines, this one apparently will allow them to adjust much more quickly. As they say here, for example, to change the location of an asset, e.g. a shipping container, and saving the map as a finished rendered project, would take over a day in Destiny 2, but in Marathon takes about 20 minutes. The ability to change the map so easily is expected to be a major selling point. Yeah, there were originally no PvE enemies, not even bots, and was mostly a hectic mad dash through a ghost town colony that has now changed. There are enemy robots, fauna, and even a few rarely spawning Nemesis-type strong bots of player archetypes to mix things up and give players objectives to make progress, even if they fail to extract or die. So with a fucking extraction shooter, like hell. Okay, there is a battle pass in seasons like Destiny. There have been a few meetings with the Helldivers team to suggest improvements. Post layoffs, almost half the team is back on Destiny. Yeah, because we heard there's a lot of layoffs and reducements, which we'll talk about real quick in a second. Gameplay wise, expect something closer to Titanfall 2's large maps with wall running, grapples, but with Destiny style abilities and grenades. I'll bet with supers, you will be able to store weapons in a stockpile to equip each of your archetypes. The weapons use a normal, special, and exotic classification system. Expect less elemental weapons a la Destiny and something closer to Cyberpunk 2077 meets Call of Duty. There will be an option for duos and trios. You have daily bounties to complete, collect X amount of materials or kill so many enemies. However, some weapons and archetype skins can only be obtained via extraction. And just to finish all of that, this rumor comes in the wake of Bungie significantly downsizing its companies and, of course, laying off over 220 employees, 17% of the company, and moving 155 employees to the parent company of Sony Interactive Entertainment, and spending 75 employees out into their own studio that we saw at the end of July. So, yeah, he said we still have over 850 team members building Destiny and Marathon, and we will continue to build amazing experiences that exceed our player expectations. What are your expectations? That's actually, if that is true, that is the most detail I've ever heard about Marathon, even though I've been hearing about it forever. Let me know what you think. Do you have any interest whatsoever in another extraction looter shooter that sounds sort of like Titanfall with flora and fauna? Actually, it sounds cooler now that I think about it, but with PvP, something Helldivers doesn't have. Let me know what you think. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're gonna do that, thank you. And
well, bye.